Ready to reset your energy in just 2 weeks? In this video, we unpack Dr. Oz 2-week plan through a senior health lens so you can calm blood sugar, reduce belly bloat, and feel steady strength again. You will see simple daily rules that fit nutrition over 60, like a protein, smart breakfast smoothie, low glycemic veggies at every meal, one small whole grain serving, green tea instead of coffee, and a gentle overnight fast for better recovery. We keep everything heart-friendly and low sodium with an anti-inflammatory focus to help prevent muscle loss after 60 and support healthy aging. Stay to the end for a clear shopping list, an easy menu, and safe tweaks if you take medications. Tell me your age and goal in the comments, tap like, and subscribe so you never miss our next step-by-step guide. Here is how we start the 2-week reset. Drink a mug of warm water with lemon right after waking, then use green tea as your only caffeinated drink for the rest of the day. Skip coffee for these 2 weeks so your system can calm down and you can judge how you feel with gentler caffeine and steady hydration. One whole lemon typically provides about 30 to 45 milligrams of vitamin C, and 1 cup of straight lemon juice contains about 94 milligrams. That gives you a simple antioxidant and a fluid boost first thing in the morning, which is helpful after an overnight fast. Green tea keeps the lift without the jitters. An 8-ounce cup of green tea usually contains about 30 to 50 milligrams of caffeine, compared with about 80 to 100 milligrams in an 8-ounce cup of coffee. Green tea also carries L-theanine, which can take the edge off caffeine, and has been shown to reduce stress and blunt blood pressure rises in adults with a high stress response. In pooled data, green tea intake has been linked to modest reductions in blood pressure of about 3 millimeters mercury systolic and about 1 millimeter mercury diastolic, and higher green tea consumption has been associated with lower cardiovascular risk in prospective cohorts. These benefits are thought to come from catechins such as EGCG, which commonly contribute 100 plus milligrams per cup. A quick practical script for your mornings. Squeeze half a lemon into warm water and sip slowly. Brew 1 or 2 cups of plain green tea through the morning and early afternoon, then switch to water. If you are sensitive to caffeine or on blood pressure medicines, this gentler plan often feels calmer than coffee while still supporting alertness. Some people also like green tea because it pairs well with an anti-inflammatory pattern and low sodium goals for senior health. If you have a history of kidney stones, lemon juice can raise urinary citrate, which may help reduce recurrence, but always confirm with your clinician. Start your day with one fixed breakfast smoothie. It keeps choices simple, steadies blood sugar, and protects muscles so you feel calm energy through the morning. Older adults do best when each meal delivers enough high-quality protein to hit the leucine trigger for muscle building. About 30 grams of quality protein gives roughly 2.8 grams of leucine, which is the range shown to maximize muscle protein synthesis in older adults. Why this works for senior health? A protein-first smoothie lowers later cravings, supports nutrition over 60, and fits an anti-inflammatory and low-sodium pattern. Research shows that having whey protein before a meal can blunt the rise in glucose by slowing stomach emptying and boosting insulin, with sustained benefits over weeks. Using a smoothie as your first meal can capture the same effect in a practical way. What to put in the blender? Use water or unsweetened soy milk or lactose-free milk as the base. Add 1 scoop whey isolate or soy isolate to reach about 25 to 35 grams protein. Add 1 cup frozen berries for polyphenols and taste, and 1 tablespoon ground chia or ground flax for fiber and omega-3. Fiber from chia or flax lowers the glucose rise after eating and supports fullness. Meta-analyses and controlled trials link flax with meaningful blood pressure drops in people with hypertension and show chia or flax can reduce post-meal glycemia by about 20 to 30% in healthy adults. Aim for at least 8 to 12 grams fiber in the full breakfast. Simple tweaks. For diabetes-friendly control, use only berries for fruit and add a second spoon of ground chia to increase fiber. For weight control, keep fruit to half a cup and add a handful of spinach for volume without sugar. If you avoid dairy, use soy isolate as your protein and soy milk as the base which supplies complete plant protein. Start with 1 lean protein once per day at either lunch or dinner, then fill both lunch and dinner plates with unlimited low glycemic vegetables and add a small amount of heart-friendly fat. This simple pattern steadies blood sugar, supports nutrition over 60, and helps stop muscle loss naturally while keeping sodium low. A cooked chicken breast gives about 32 grams of protein per 100 grams. So a portion in the 120 to 170 gram range delivers roughly 38 to 42 grams of protein, 56 grams of high-quality protein for the day. Most older adults do best when daily protein lands around 1.0 to 1.2 grams per kilogram body weight, so this single serving covers a large share of that target. Keep it simple with grilled fish, chicken, turkey, eggs, or tofu, according to your needs. Pile on non-starchy vegetables at both meals because their glycemic load is very low and they help flatten glucose swings. Think leafy greens, broccoli, cauliflower, zucchini, peppers, tomatoes, mushrooms, asparagus, cucumbers. The DASH research shows that a plan rich in vegetables can substantially lower blood pressure, and Harvard guidance highlights that most non-starchy vegetables sit in the low glycemic range, which supports smoother blood sugar. These choices fit an anti-inflammatory, low-sodium, heart-friendly pattern for senior health. Season with herbs, lemon, garlic, and vinegar instead of salt to keep pressure in check. Add a little healthy fat to improve absorption of fat-soluble nutrients and to increase fullness. Use extra virgin olive oil in small amounts with your vegetables, such as 1 tablespoon per meal. In the large Mediterranean PRIDIM study, extra virgin olive oil intake around 50 grams per day was part of the diet that reduced major cardiovascular events, and observational work suggests every 10 grams per day of extra virgin olive oil is linked with about a 10% lower cardiovascular risk. For weight control in a 2-week reset, you can start lower, 1 to 2 tablespoons across the day, and build if needed. A single scoop of starch can steady your blood sugar instead of spiking it. For nutrition over 60, choose 1 modest serving of whole grain once per day. Keep it simple with half a cup cooked brown rice. This keeps energy even, supports heart-friendly eating, and fits an anti-inflammatory low-sodium plan. What to do? Serve 1/2 cup cooked brown rice at either lunch or dinner with unlimited low-glycemic vegetables and a small drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. A 1/2 cup cooked brown rice is about 108 to 114 calories with around 22 to 24 grams carbohydrate and about 1.8 grams fiber. That portion gives gentle fuel without overwhelming your system. Why it helps seniors? Brown rice is a whole grain. Compared with white rice, it sits lower on the glycemic index and produces a smaller rise in post-meal glucose, which protects vascular health and helps you feel steady. Controlled research shows that swapping white rice for brown rice or brown rice plus legumes improves post-meal glucose and insulin responses. Large cohorts link higher whole grain intake with better long-term cardiovascular markers and lower risk of events. Tiny fat for big benefit. Add 1 teaspoon to 1 tablespoon extra virgin olive oil to vegetables for carotenoid absorption and fullness. In Mediterranean diet trials, regular extra virgin olive oil intake was part of a plan that reduced major cardiovascular events. For a 2-week cut, start with the lower end of the range. Practical tips and a caution. Rinse rice before cooking and vary grains during the week. Quinoa or barley can share the job. Brown rice retains more arsenic than white rice, so rotation plus thorough rinsing is a sensible safeguard for senior health. Start your day strong by keeping all dairy off your plate except one simple choice: plain Greek yogurt once per day. This single swap supports senior health with high protein for muscle, low lactose for comfort, and a heart-friendly profile that fits nutrition over 60 and an anti-inflammatory routine. A typical 170-gram serving of non-fat Greek yogurt gives about 17 to 20 grams of protein, only about 100 to 120 calories, very little sodium, and meaningful calcium for bones. Why this rule helps after 60? Older adults often need about 1.0 to 1.2 grams of protein per kilogram body weight each day, spread across meals to help stop muscle loss naturally. 1 cup of Greek yogurt moves you a big step toward that target while staying low sodium and heart-friendly. Fermented yogurt also carries live cultures that can support immune and gut health in seniors, and clinical trials in older adults have linked probiotic yogurts with fewer respiratory infections compared with control. Greek yogurt is strained, so it usually contains less lactose than milk and often less than regular yogurt, which improves tolerance for many people with lactose sensitivity. How to use it? Choose plain non-fat or low-fat Greek yogurt once per day. Keep the portion around 1 typical single-serve cup, which is about 170 grams. Stir in cinnamon or a few berries for flavor instead of sugar. If you choose dairy fat at other times, your saturated fat can creep up, which the American Heart Association advises to limit for heart health. Keep the rest of the day dairy-free to reduce overall saturated fat and added sugar from flavored products. Keep snacks small and simple so you stay in control. For senior health and nutrition over 60, the goal is calm blood sugar, low sodium, and steady energy between meals. 3 easy options work beautifully: hummus, pickles, and a handful of nuts. They fit an anti-inflammatory and heart-friendly pattern, and they help stop muscle loss naturally when the rest of your day hits your protein target. Hummus gives protein and fiber in a soft texture that is easy to digest. 2 tablespoons usually provide about 60 to 70 calories, around 2 grams of protein, about 2 grams of fiber, and very little sugar. Pair it with cucumber or bell pepper sticks to add volume without spiking blood sugar. Fiber slows glucose rise and supports fullness, so you arrive at the next meal relaxed rather than ravenous. Pickles bring crunch and a quick flavor hit that can kill a salty or sour craving fast. 1 medium spear often has about 5 to 10 calories and can deliver 200 to 300 milligrams of sodium, sometimes more. Use them as a flavor tool rather than a free food. 1 spear is enough for most people. If you manage blood pressure, choose low-sodium pickles and drink water with them to keep your overall day in a heart-friendly range. Nuts act like a slow-release energy pack. One small handful, about 28 grams, is typically 160 to 180 calories with 5 to 7 grams of protein, 3 to 4 grams of fiber, and mostly healthy fats. Almonds, walnuts, and pistachios are strong choices. Controlled trials show daily nut intake can improve lipid profiles and support cardiovascular health, and the fiber plus healthy fat mix helps keep blood sugar steadier after meals. Choose unsalted and dry roasted to protect a low-sodium plan. Sleep strong, not hungry. A simple 12-hour overnight fast from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. gives your body a calm reset so blood sugar stays steadier, morning energy feels smoother, and heart-friendly rhythms line up with your natural clock. Most adults graze across about 14 hours a day, so closing the kitchen at night and reopening with breakfast already creates a gentler pattern for senior health and nutrition over 60. Why this works after 60? Night is when insulin naturally runs lower and cells switch to repair. Studies on meal timing show that shifting food earlier in the day and extending the nightly break improves insulin sensitivity and can lower blood pressure even without weight loss. In one controlled trial that moved all meals earlier, fasting insulin dropped and morning blood pressure fell by about 11/10 millimeters of mercury. Benefits on par with a common pressure medication. That is powerful support for a calm overnight window that supports heart-friendly, anti-inflammatory living. How to do it? Finish dinner by 8 p.m. Water, plain herbal tea, or any non-caloric drink only until breakfast at 8 a.m. Keep daytime meals balanced with lean protein to help stop muscle loss naturally, low-sodium choices, and plenty of non-starchy vegetables to protect blood sugar. If you already sip green tea, keep it earlier in the day and skip late-night snacks to let the 12-hour clock do its work. A quick note on safety and scope. Gentle schedules like 12 hours fasted and 12 hours fed are widely considered reasonable for most adults, while very narrow eating windows can carry risks in some groups. An American Heart Association report tied an 8-hour window to higher cardiovascular death in an observational dataset, so there is no need to push extremes to see benefits. The goal here is a steady routine that fits senior wellness. Daily probiotic, a basic multivitamin, and a gentle detox veggie broth for 2 weeks. Start strong with a simple trio that fits senior health. A daily probiotic supports gut and immune balance. A basic once daily multivitamin fills small gaps common in nutrition over 60, and a low-sodium vegetable broth keeps you hydrated while you cut packaged foods. Used together for 2 weeks, this bundle is calm, heart-friendly, and easy to follow. Probiotic basics that actually matter. Look for the CFU number on the label, not just the strain name. Common ranges are 1 billion to 10 billion CFU per serving. Clinical reviews in older adults show certain strains lower the chance of upper respiratory infections, although results vary by strain and study. Probiotics clearly reduce antibiotic-associated diarrhea in general adults, while the effect is less consistent in those over 65. This is why we keep the dose modest and the expectation realistic. Why a multivitamin helps and what it does not do. Choose a broad spectrum, once daily product that stays near the daily values. It can help cover common shortfalls, especially B12 and vitamin D, but it does not prevent heart disease or cancer by itself, according to the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force. In U.S. data, about 12% of adults have B12 insufficiency and about 4% have deficiency, rates that are similar in those 60 and older. So a modest B12 intake from food plus a basic multivitamin is reasonable unless your clinician has already set a higher dose. Detox vegetable broth that stays low sodium. Make a daily pot of mineral-rich broth and sip 1 to 2 cups between meals. Keep it low salt to support blood pressure and heart-friendly goals. Quick recipe for 2 liters. Add 2 carrots, 2 celery stalks, 1 onion, 1 small zucchini, a handful of parsley, 1 bay leaf, and 6 peppercorns to 2 liters of water. Optional, add 1 cup chopped cabbage or leafy greens. Bring to a boil, simmer 45 minutes, strain. Season with lemon and herbs. Avoid added salt. This aligns with low-salt stock guidance and with the American Heart Association target of less than 2,300 milligrams sodium per day and an ideal goal of 1,500 for most adults. How to use the trio each day. Morning, take your probiotic with water. Midday, sip 1 cup broth. Evening, take your basic multivitamin with food and water. If you are on antibiotics, ask your clinician about timing. If you use blood thinners, keep leafy greens in the broth steady from day to day and inform your care team. You now have a simple 2-week reset for senior health. Warm lemon water and green tea, a protein smart smoothie, 1 lean protein, unlimited low glycemic vegetables with a little olive oil, 1 small whole grain, a single serving of plain Greek yogurt, smart snacks, a calm 12-hour overnight fast, and a short run of probiotic, multivitamin, and low-sodium veggie broth. This plan is anti-inflammatory, heart-friendly, and built to steady blood sugar and help stop muscle loss naturally. It keeps nutrition over 60 clear and doable. If this gave you clarity, tap like and subscribe. Tell me your age and your goal in the comments and say which rule you will start with first. Share this with a friend who wants steadier energy and stronger steps.